Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the bones of an ancient creature buried in lava or something. And we're in a mirror caster. Well, actually not in the mirror caster, we're in the mirror. I think that's how it goes, which is a memory of a cast-off, of a dead cast-off, I believe, called Zetan or Zoltan, I don't know. Anyway, we're trying to find Mazzof. And while doing it, last episode, we got ourselves into trouble with some terrible creatures that are around this place. But we did our quest. We got, well, the dead guy's quest. We're basically reliving memories, but we can also change the past. So our choices matter here. So let's go to the tower, climb the tower to the transport, because apparently whatever that is, I think it's over there. Yeah, it's definitely that one, because the tower that was described was cut short. Yeah, so let's go over there, and let's see if Mazzof is there. You are at the top of the broken bone tower. Jagged bone walls act as a kind of parapet. From here you can see the fields of Ossifagan even better. The spine below you, and the obsidian formations in one direction, and the glowing fields in front of the mountain pass in the other. Floating just next to the tower is a hovering pod made of azure steel. A ramp leads from the parapet into the transport. Okay, so I can return to the spine and go to the other places that I have been to already. Let's use the connection to the dead, because we're sort of a necromancer, to learn more about the top of this bone tower. Little has happened here, but for one event that immediately becomes apparent. You see a middle-aged woman, you know her name is Emma, yeah, we found her last episode, facing off against a young girl named Thea. Emma is hovering in the air, like the transport does now. She holds a copper sphere that glows with a golden light. Angry words are exchanged, and suddenly Thea leaps off the tower and tackles Emma. The two of them soar through the air, towards the obsidian towards the obsidian formations in the distance. Is she flying, or did they both fall? Because they were dead, and she wanted revenge, but she got no revenge in her. I don't really understand, but the girl, I mean, let's enter the transport. You step aboard. The transport does not appear to have been made with adult humans in mind. There is only room enough for you to lay down, and even when you have to roll on your side and bend in, and even then, yeah, you have to roll on your side and bend in your legs slightly. As soon as you have done so, the ramp recedes and the doorway disappears. Your stomach lurches as the transport takes to the sky. At first, you try to peer out of the tiny portholes, but all you see is pitch black, presumably the volcanoes' black clouds. Eventually, they are replaced by the black of a starry sky. You try to see the land below, but it's impossible in the cramped space. Hours pass, finally the transport slows, it's humming, it ceases, and the door reappears. Oh boy, what is... Oh. These are different sort of dimensions, I think. You step out of the transport, stretching painfully. You are in a strange cavern. Artifacts are strewn everywhere, in various stages of repair or experimentation. One wall is covered by a network of displays, showing people and scenes that mean nothing to you. In the center of the room is an enormous cage, made from steel tendrils that twist together at the top. The cage glows for a moment, and a figure walks out. He wears a thick cloak, but his face is most strange. It shifts and blurs, changing its features constantly. You get the impression that you are seeing a person, but you can't define what that person looks like at all. His name comes to your mind immediately. The Chimera. Yeah, makes sense. Although that might not be his name, just might be a given name. Excellent! The Chimera's voice is metallic and artificial, shifting as often as the features of his face. His expressions slide and change, but all of them are smiling as he reaches forwards and takes the sphere from you. I knew your unique gifts would come in handy, Zarian. I'm impressed that you found the Urlimnion so quickly. The Chimera sets the Urlimnion on a table on a nearby table with a clunk. He immediately picks up a variety of scanning tools, one after the other, probing the Urlimnion and its secrets. He seems to have forgotten about you. You look around the cavern, but there are no entrances or exits. Nowhere this Mazzof could be except for the cage. Let's examine the cage and figure out how it works. You take 2 steps towards the cage, but the moment you reach your hand towards it, the Chimera stops you with a bark. What do you think you're doing? Your mission is complete. I have no purpose for you out here. Out there. Out there? Where is Mazzof? Should I lie? I'm gonna lie. I want to speak with Mazzof about that artifact I found. Mazzof? The Chimera's altering voice slips from baritone to falsetto in a rapid series of notes. A dozen different eyes narrow with suspicion. I'm not sure that Tinkerer could tell you anything useful, but I can think of no reason to deny you. The Chimera turns and slides a hand along one of the metal tendrils. Although no discernible interface appears, he presses his fingers against the metal twice, and the cage begins to glow. The Chimera turns his attention back to the sphere, indicating you should enter the cage with a dismissive wave. I wonder if we have the sphere already. Huh. That's the cage over there. Two of the metal tendrils become a kind of doorway. On the other side, Mazzof squats on some sandy alien shore. Stars twinkle in the sky behind him. But there are no stars you recognize. He picks up his head as though he heard something. Then he turns around to face you. One of his eye sockets is artificial, alternately projecting a human eye, a snake's eye, and something even more alien in the time he looks you over. He looks like a shipwreck survivor, bare-chested, ragged pants, ragged beard. If so, he's better fed than you'd expect. Zarian, he says, his human eye squinting in the light. What the hell do you want? He peers forward, as though trying to see in the cavern. He's not gonna understand this. I don't know. Let's go. I think this might be dangerous to do any bad choice here, but we'll figure it out. The resonance chamber has been smashed, I say. I need to know how to fix it. He puts a hand to his chin, all anger and suspicion gone in the face of a puzzle. Well, it ain't that hard if you know the basics. The chamber's crystal, yeah? So it's grown, not built. So long as the chamber's core is intact, it should know how to grow itself. You just need a catalyst to, He trails off and looks at you and you. Why do you want to know this? The resonance chamber's only good for... He gives you an angry look. Who sent you? Why are you after this? Mazzof. I'm trying to figure out if he likes the changing god or not. I'm thinking he doesn't. I'm trying to stop the sorrow from hunting us. Mazzof barks a short, bitter laugh. I don't doubt it would stop the sorrow, and a great many other things. I don't know how, but the changing god's trying to use you. If that chamber's fixed, nobody benefits but him. You can't trust a damn word that bastard says. Well, it... How could the resonance chamber benefit the changing god? The resonance chamber is only good for one thing. He holds up a finger. And that's snuffing us out. The changing god plans to use it to merge all of us, every cast-off that still lives, back into his body. That's his plan for stopping the sorrow. He puts a grease-stained hand on your shoulders. Look, I don't know who you are, or what your part in this is, but you cannot let him activate that chamber. You need... He glances over your shoulder at something in the cavern, though when you turn, you see nothing there. The first is alive, he whispers, drawing your attention back to him. And she's got her own plan for the chamber. One that won't kill us all. Our sire has a new cast-off body that he plans to use as a catalyst for the chamber. But the first has a better plan. Something that won't snuff out every last one of us. Look for her in the bloom, he says grimly. Just make sure you don't... And before he can finish, you feel a wrenching twist in the center of your body, like your heart is being wrung dry. Your vision tunnels black, and you feel as though your body were being sucked through a steel pipe. You're being pulled out of the mirror, but it's far more painful than it ever was before. Then Mazzof, the cave, and everything else disappears. Okay, before I continue, let me see. So we need to find... I mean, we need answers for right now, that's true. But if the first is still alive, which kind of wouldn't surprise me too much, to be honest. We need to find her or something. Let's see, but the first is a better plan. Something that, look for her in the bloom. Just make sure you don't. Tell her? Something? I don't know.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Of course, that's where we're taking. That was obvious. And, are we in the same sort of place that we were back in Secus Cliffs? Yeah, this is the same thing. But it might even be the same place. You plant your hand on the icy floor and push, staggering up to your feet. Every inch of your body aches, as though you've been crushed in a massive hand. The Spectre stands before you, impassive. It may be your imagination, but he seems more solid than before. Yeah, he does! Oh, but then again, this is my... Oh, we're dead. What happened? Why am I in the labyrinth? Your words stumble into the air and fall apart like handfuls of dust. And this time, you're certain, the Spectre is less transparent than he was even a second ago. I brought you here, the Spectre says calmly. We need to talk. Oh. He's the changing god. Or part of him, anyway. You barely hear him through the pain. But this is your mind, honed in your duels against the malaise, sharpened to a glittering edge. You inhale, clear the pain from your limbs and gather your thoughts to you. Focusing, you open your eyes. The Spectre, now slightly transparent, is speaking again. I have something I've been meaning to tell you. You see, I haven't been completely honest with you. I'm not part of you. You're part of me. I created you. I am the changing god. Is that why I couldn't read your thoughts? You hid them somehow? Of course, he says simply, his outline solidifying. You didn't think I lived for so long without learning to lie, did you? Even from mind readers? Now, I know this is a lot to take in. It means this body of yours is actually mine. I lived in it for years, and now that we know the first is alive, I need it back. And what would happen to me? A good question, he says. He seems taller than he did a moment before. Once you give me my body back, your thoughts would be pushed to the back of my mind. It would be frightening for a moment, disorienting, maybe, but not painful. And then our thoughts would merge. You'd become a part of me again. He spreads his hands, and that's it. Now, give me my body back. Why does he do this? I don't think I have a choice. But there's no way my character would say yes. This is my body, not yours. I knew you'd say that, he says. But let's get this straight. I lived in this body. Oh, really? You're gonna argue against? Okay, sure, whatever. But let's get this straight, he says. I lived in this body. I made it for a purpose. And now you say your wisp of a life outweighs my centuries of experience? Yeah, because I paid the entrance, didn't I? Didn't I? I guess, I mean, I couldn't really have done anything else because I couldn't kill myself either. Well, maybe I have, actually. I did kill myself beyond the gate of death. Yeah, that was one way of screwing up with your thing. I wonder what the end game would be for that. Anyway, or maybe you think my first cast-off was has a better way, Some magical solution to leave out your false existence without price? I promise you, she has no such thing. She has always only killed to get what she wants. Her self-interest is just as strong as yours and mine. The only difference between the three of us is that I am real. You wouldn't exist if it weren't for me. You don't exist apart from me. Everything you are is a byproduct of my skills, my intellect, my experiences. And now that you have the chance to stop the sorrow, to save us all, you refuse me? Who the hells are you? Yeah, isn't that the same discourse that you can hear from so many parents? It's just in fiction and real life, unfortunately. That really means nothing. It means nothing. It's just saying blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm the new owner of this body. It was never yours to take, the Spectre says, grimacing. No, let me tell you what you are. You're an accident of fate, a parasite in the mind I built. You are a child. I don't want to destroy you, but I will if I must. Give me control. Again, I don't think I have a choice, but no, I won't. Then I'll take it, the Spectre says and spreads his arms. That's why, the real reason why I don't think I have a choice is because this would be too obvious an option. The refusing. It fits my character, but I think like 90% of the characters or the players will go for this the first time around for sure. That basically, if this was a real option, it would shift the game too much, too abruptly, in a way that basically, I don't know. I don't think it is an option. He's probably going to take it by force, and we're going to have to suffer because of that. We'll see. Tidal energy pours from the air around you, flowing into the Spectre. The ground itself splits around your feet, holding you in place. You feel your grip on your body, your mind slipping by finger lengths. You are diminishing, he is winning. You search your mind, your hard-earned memories, for something that will loosen his hold on you. Oh. We have tools. The machines have driven women in sagas mad? Oh. The machines of the... Yeah, that's a question. But if I unleash the words of Kra, am I gonna kill the changing god? This is gonna be even worse. Am I gonna give the words of Kra against the changing god? It might be, for all I know, it might be his words. I don't have a choice. At this point, I think this is the best choice. It's gonna screw me up. It's gonna screw up everything, but let's do that. Unleash the words of Crown, the Spectre. Drawing breath, you shout the sharp, barbed words that once destroyed the people of ancient Kra. They tear themselves from you and lunge at the Spectre, closing over his mind like a mouthful of yellow, jagged teeth. He staggers, hissing, then plunges his hand into his head. One by one, the Spectre pulls the words out and crushes them in his now fading fists. His outline flickers once like a candle in a soft breeze. Yeah, he's very powerful, isn't he? Let's call upon the ghostly woman from the recesses of my mind. The moment your mind touches on her, she's there, facing the Spectre, sorrow and anger radiating from her eyes, from her heart. Scowling, the Spectre flicks his hands to the side in a dismissive gesture, and she fades away once more, taking some of his radiance with her. Okay, so we're actually doing stuff. We're actually fighting him. Your machines have driven women in sagas mad. What makes you think you deserve to return? The Spectre winces as if you have struck him, and mutters something under his breath. He's nearly transparent now, nearly gone. Am I gonna fight him away? No. Let's pull my feet free, for some reason. You struggle against the ground even as it creeps up your legs, but cannot free yourself. Let's try again. Groaning, you try against the floor, holding you in place, but no, you are trapped. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna use a tidal surge here, because I have one. Let's do that. Turn the tides against the Spectre. Ooh, I took damage there. The Spectre's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I promised Rin, but this is not a person. Yeah, I didn't break my promise. The Spectre's eyes widen as you straighten, gathering the threads of the tides in your hands. You raise them before you. Don't, the Spectre growls, but you ignore him. Wrenching the threads apart, agony explodes in your mind, lashing through your body, damaging essential parts of you and the Spectre. And I took 10 points of damage, but that's fine. With a shuddering gasp, he stumbles backwards, fading in and out of visibility. The pressure on your mind dwindles and ends. Fine, he says, eyeing you with cool contempt. If you're so intent on stopping the sorrow on your own, have at it. Let's see how you handle what is in store without my help, my guidance. Then he fades completely, but speaks again. His voice is coming from all around you, from every corner of your mind. He's not gone, only hidden himself in your mind. I wasted my time trying to reason with you. That won't happen again. Yeah, you did. I really didn't think he was gonna do that. Remember when I said no when he said a big line? He's clearly an idiot. Clearly an idiot. Huh. As the portal closes behind you, something feels off. It only takes you a second to realize the Spectre is gone. It's quieter now, in the calm of your mind. But he's not truly gone, is he? You can still feel him out there, watching, waiting perhaps, for a moment of weakness in which to strike. I wonder if I can die again now. Because, you know, moment of weakness and all that. But, where are we? Are we still in the... Let's level up first. I wonder if we're still in the refuge. Because that would make sense. Okay, so extra effort or stat pool. I'm gonna go with extra effort because that's always good. And that's that done. Let's go. Oh no, wait. Whoa. How many level ups did I get? Increase stat pool. Let's go with, well, intellect. Excuse the hiccup. We have, oh, now tier 4. Let's see. Concentration increase. I can pick up one of them. So I have +1 training level on concentration. That's pretty decent. On critical success on persuasion, deception, and intimidation tasks, completely refill your intellect pool. That's really not necessary. Thank you. So let's go with that. Choose abilities. I got resourceful, +1 training in cipher skill use. The concentration is for the for using the bound items, I believe. Gravity manipulation. Maelstrom. Even on miss, deal 12. That's pretty good for damage. On hit, confers controlled forces. Okay. Animate balefire. Summon a construct. Plague spirit. I don't want combat stuff. If you use critical hits with entropic forces, that's good. Nope. Inside action. Oh, that's a nice one. That actually is. That alone could just work forever. Scanning array gains a 5% bonus to each level of effort applied to perception, lore, machinery, a bunch of other lore stuff that I really don't need because I'm pretty good at that already. Entropic field. I could go with that though. That's a flash over there. Deals 8 physical damage to all enemies struck inside the radius. That's a pretty good one. Energize. Choose a damage type. Confers energize. All damage dealt is converted to quantum staff over there. Teleportation, adaptation, and resourcefulness. So let's go with that, and let's go with inside action. And that's our level up. Okay. So that's pretty good. I think the concentration is indeed... Yeah, it looks like it is. It really does look like it is. Okay. So let's go through this. See what happens at the other side.
I can breathe again.
A new area. Or is it this? Oh no, it's the same one. It's all broken. It's all dead. Of course. Did the sorrow take over? Where's my friends? It did. Your eyes snap open at first, you fear you've fallen deeper into the labyrinth. Another fathom. Flames rake the ground around you, the bedrock buckling under the heat. The image of Adiris resolves as your vision adjusts to the searing light. Her composure is beginning to crack. You can see the fear in her eyes, held in check only by her iron will. You're awake, quickly now, while you were inside the mirror. Gods, the shields have fallen. The sorrow is breaking into the sanctuary. Why did they fall? That was the changing god, wasn't it? I mean, he built this place. He disabled them? She scans the area. It's destroying our home. The others are trying to hold it back. But tell me first, did you find what you were looking for? Yeah, well... I found hope. The first is still alive. She's hiding in the bloom. She reels. But how? No, that's not important now. What's important is that you find her. She's the only one who will help us against the sorrow. Our sire has shut himself away from us, and we can't count on him for help. Now we must deal with the situation at hand. A few have already escaped, but most are trapped within the rubble and flames. Some too terrified to move. You must get to the teleportation platform and flee. Save as many as you can on your way. Although the dome no longer encircles our sanctuary, the generators may hold enough power to slow the sorrow's progress. They can be activated by placing your palm here and whistling this tune. And her dry lips rasp a 5-note descant? Decant? I suppose, maybe. That you commit to memory. She plants a kiss on your cheek. Good luck, brother. Let's make sure as many survive as possible. And she runs off, her voice raised in command, as if the quiet matron of Mil Avest had never existed. Oh, we're gonna fight right away, aren't we? Oh, yeah, we're fighting right away. Okay. Looks like we have quite a fight in our hands. I believe. Sorrow Fragment over there. Elkashai over there. He's trying to... Okay, so what is the plan over here? Man, this place... Oh, yeah, it basically got totally corrupted. So I could cut... I think I could cut... maybe I could cut. This looks like pretty impregnable right now. So I can't. So let's think for right now. We got a cast off over there, and I do want to go there. Let's see. If I go over there that way... Activate that thing. That's gonna open this. And then I need to come back over here. I definitely need to help these guys. Is there anything back down here? Anyway. I don't know. But I am gonna cut the episode short over here. because I want to do this on the next episode. I think it's going to take the whole episode, so yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.